Happy St. Patty's Day, guys. See, I got my green on. You can just pitch the shit out of Jeff all day.
These are turning green.
Go.
I forgot it was St. Patty's Day.
Well,
But I'm actually Irish.
oh, so that counts?
I think
So you got green blood.
I got green blood.
Okay, all right. Well, that counts for something. How's everybody doing? Welcome to Sunday. The last of the long haul. Okay, we're gonna have a good time today. Excited to be here with my dear friend, Papa.
My boy. Now he's growing.
You water them when they grow. Everybody have a good time at the concert last night? Did it run pretty late? I was missed? I don't know if you missed me. There was probably plenty of stuff
Missed
going
is
on.
pruning.
Yes.
It was pretty fun.
Like pruning.
I want to say, we were just backstage just talking about the first con we did, which was, for me, it was Las Vegas 100 years ago. But it was the very first time that you sang, because I remember I went to the sound check, and you were nervous as could be.
Yeah, it's nerve-wracking coming up here. Like acting, you can just say, nah, let's do another take.
But it was, I think it was Sister Christian.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
And you just sang one song.
Yeah, and they got the hell out of it. Yeah. Like, I'm good for one. That's it. I don't know how Rob and the guys, I don't know how. I mean, like, so they're still touring? Like, what? I don't know.
It wasn't how you do it. You have an album now, don't you?
Yeah?
Yes.
Woo!
Sister Christian to his own album. So it's been a minute.
It's, yeah. Yeah, things evolve. Well, let's keep going. You guys got some questions? I saw a hand shoot up right there. Yes.
When's the next concert dates?
When's the next concert dates? Just talking about this.
Sticking to a theme.
Yeah. I don't have a date necessarily, but I will say that we're working on something this year.
Are you writing new music?
No. Putting together a show.
Oh. I just want to know when album number 2 is coming.
Album number 2 is already out. Album number 3 comes out. There's a live album out. We got 4 albums out, pal.
Did you do a live show like in Nashville?
Yeah, we recorded it and put that out. Yeah. I've been a busy boy. What's that?
Dan's got to do a better job of keeping track.
So in character.
You're a real absent father, you know that? Yes.
Lesson not learned.
Repeating a cycle.
That's right. Yes.
So more than one day?
Right now we're just working on one. That could evolve into more, but right now I'm just like, we just focus on one.
World tour, is that what you're looking for?
If things go the way they're supposed to, I might be a little busy, so I don't know that I would.
What does that mean, Jensen?
Work is on the way. But when I can announce that stuff, I certainly will, and you guys will know, and then we can talk about it. Thank you. But Jeff, pick a hand.
I'm going to go with Miss St. Patrick's Day here with her session.
Thank you. I'm wondering, what is something lately that has made you guys laugh so much that you cried?
I mean, seeing Jensen yesterday at 6 in the morning was pretty funny.
It's a scary sight.
It's got to be kid related. My kids make me laugh almost more than Jensen even. I have funny kids. You do have funny kids.
Yeah.
They don't need to be funny.
The other day, I was having dinner with our family and my in-laws, and my mother-in-law ordered a really nice little 4 of some scotch. And Neil was like, how do drink that, Mom. She's like, try this. This is really mild, nice and stuff. I mean, she's like a whiskey sommelier. She's got classes she can give. She teaches classes on whiskey, which is, you know, how do you not love that? And so she slid it across the table and she smelled it. She's like, she's not a brown drinker. And so she the face that she made just made the entire table kind of feel over that. And luckily, my father-in-law snapped a picture, so that's now her profile picture. She loves me. She tolerates me. But yeah, I'd say it's, you know, times at home with family, you know, being emotionally available for some of those amazing moments that happen is can certainly make you laugh and cry all at the same time. So yeah.
George, she has a mouth like a father, but not at school, not around other people, just around home. But the other day, she was, I hear her and us like arguing about something, and I hear some of the bitch. I'm like, I had to like go out. I'm like, what was that? Some of the bitch. So I got a shirt now that says some of the bitch. Gus is a son of the bitch. Son of the bitch. Son of the bitch. Yeah, I'll never correct.
Don't correct that.
No, that's
All right.
son of a bitch.
Yes.
So y'all were talking about being nervous before you get on stage and not I was curious, is it often that y'all get performance anxiety?
Like on stage or like on set?
However you want to define performance anxiety.
Okay.
Well. Good to know we're all on the same level.
Welcome to Sunday morning, Jeff. Yeah, I think it depends on the situation. It depends on what we're doing. You know, like even just coming out here today, I wouldn't consider it anxiety, but there's certainly a little bit of a rush you get by just coming out in front of a crowd, big or small.
Get your knees knocked a little bit, it doesn't matter.
I would say for me, it depends on what I'm doing. If I'm coming out to maybe do a song or something, then it's a lot more, you know, of the old butterflies. But I don't know. I wouldn't categorize it as anxiety. It's just excitement. And there's not I don't get like the sweaty palms and the oh gosh, and like those kind of nerves. It's more of just kind of a rush, a thrill.
Like get a little case of the nerves. I think when you've been off for a little while and you go to shoot your first episode of the year, first scene, I always am nervous, but it's kind of an excitement more than anything else. Like ready to get back to it, but you know we also have I think expectations of ourselves, and we don't want to let anyone else down for ourselves. So yeah, there's always a little bit of nervousness there, especially going back after taking it off.
So I remember a specific moment where I was like, well, if I can make it through this, then I can pretty much do anything, which was my very first, if you heard this, my very first day on Set of the Boys. I walked on set to this new cast of characters, this new crew of faces in a robe, and when they said, okay, let's dress rehearsal, let's take off the robe,
Performance anxiety.
there might have been a little performance anxiety. No, but I just kind of went to a mental place and was like, you got this. Like this, the more comfortable you're going to be, the better the performance will be, the better everybody else will feel about the situation. So it's up to me to kind of squash that, figure myself out, and be comfortable with being completely naked in front of an entire crew of people. So that was.
Yeah, you could not have pulled off Soldier Boy as a teacher.
No.
You know what I mean?
And that was another thing too. I had to wear that kind of air of almost arrogance. With the, yeah, which I don't know where that came from. That was pulled out of nowhere. So I being actors, we try to go to a different place mentally to perform and play these characters and bring them to life. And that's certainly, I think, a skill set that you need to do this job to a certain degree. And anxiety sometimes doesn't have room to be there, so you got to figure out a way to just deal with that.
You got to breathe.
Yeah, whiskey helps.
At 6 in the morning. That's an exciting hand back there. You. Yeah, no, I'm going with you. Yeah, the hair. Awesome hair. No, right there. Yes! Awesome hair. You don't hear that all the fucking time? And the Ramon shirt. I should have gone out and left it Ramon.
Okay, thank you. I couldn't wait, so this question was going to ask. I apologize, but just a fan of both of you as actors, and I know this is a supernatural convention, but is there ever an opportunity maybe for Jensen to join The Walking Dead?
Yeah.
Join The Walking Dead, because that would just be phenomenal to see Negan.
Yeah. Funny enough, we had a conversation a couple weeks ago about it. I think so. I mean, I'd love to have him. He would love to come and do it. And sometimes our schedules don't quite work out the way we want to, but
Yeah, this is a real sweet spot, I think, in both our careers, that we have dear friends who are thriving in a multitude of shows and movies and stuff, and in this industry, people like to work with people they know and trust, and so I now have, we have friends that are doing really well and say, hey, you want to come over and do a spot on the show, or you want to come do this movie together, or something. So there are those conversations quite a bit, but like Jeff said, a lot of it comes down to availability and whether or not they can work that out. But yeah, I think any opportunity we not get to go play on set together, that's something to jump.
we'd love to have him. I'll tell you that. Maybe willing to have him. It's not a big ask. I don't know. I'd love to make it happen.
All right, let's go with my man right here.
I wanted to ask, with the music being such an important part of Supernatural, obviously the rock and roll and everything, for you guys, what was maybe your inspirational song or song that kind of motivated you, like in your teenage years and then now? Just one song for me.
I was a big Leonard Skinner fan early. A lot of that classic rock was, when I read the pilot script of Supernatural, it was like page 1, and I know somebody's, seen this and read this, so I'm going to include the best as Kirk is writing, but it was literally, when it said, and then the music kicks in, and it's not, it's like you can take that emo pop bullshit and shove it up your ass. This is going to be some classic hard rock and roll. And I was like, we got a page turner. I'm in. And so that was, I already done that music a lot. And like I said, it was a kind of a soundtrack of my teenage years. And so very excited when I got that script. And I don't know, now I'm certainly a lover of music, but it all depends on the mood. I tend to go with what music fits kind of the mood, or if I need to change my mood, I use
Performance anxiety.
If I got a performance anxiety, I'll find the music that helps with that. But to pick one favorite song, I think would be
Very white.
Excellent man.
Like this morning, I put on a playlist when I was, get a shower, get ready and stuff. And it was a lot of Foo Fighters, and there was Killers in there, and it was that kind of style of music. But I don't know. Tomorrow it might be like some jazz cafe style music. It just depends on the mood.
Simple man.
Simple man. There you go. There you go. What about you?
I'll say, I grew up a little teeny record player, and I remember like the first album I ever remember really like listening to every fucking word, memorizing was Led Zeppelin. And he must have been, I was knee-high to a grasshopper, but I mean, and I still listen to the same music that I did when I was knee-high to a grasshopper. My playlist hasn't changed in 57 years.
It's been no Harry Styles.
No, I mean, my kids are like, Gus will be like, man, you know this band? I'm like, no, dude. Not even a little bit. No, it's not even music. What is that? And actually, my kids both love like 70s rock because of that, which I adore. You know, Gus wears his, you know, stereo shirt or whatever it may be. And I'm like, that's my boy. No, I don't think it will. No, I won't wear it.
JJ wears a Metallica sweatshirt to school.
Yes.
But,
That's his first concert for Metallica.
You know, I had an arrow in the backseat the other day. I forget what, it was just her and I, but we were cruising, and she's like, Dad, can we hear some music? And I was like, sure. And Enter Sandman was on, and I just cranked it. And I looked at the back, and she was just like, Dad, are they talking about bad dreams? And I'm like, yeah.
You dare right?
Yeah, monster under your bed. In your closet.
During COVID, I used to take George with me wherever I went, but I remember I just got this new Hellcat Challenger, and George was the only one that would ever ride with me, and she liked going fast, but we were delivering masks to local hospitals that my wife was making, and I'd be like, you want to listen to like Frozen? Like, oh, I'll do it if I have to. She'd be like, no, and we would listen to rock and roll. She'd just be back there, bang, bang. And she's that kid. It's great. Yeah, it's all great. It's awesome. But Gus's first concert was Metallica. And I remember his eyes were really big. Central Park Metallica concert. Nice. It was awesome. And Hillary and I took him, and he was just like, it just changed his life.
Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome, man. That's good. All right, go ahead.
Ooh. Chicken. Nice. Did you bring that just for this?
Using props. We're using props up here.
So the question for both of you, I'm an excited person at home, so buying $300.
Well, we already covered the exciting part.
Son of a bitch.
Okay, sorry.
Back in 2021, I was at the peak of my addiction, and I kind of said something, should have said to the Lord, and I'm trying to make amends with what I did. How would you go about doing that?
Huh?
How do you make amends if you burn some bridges?
Oh. Well, done that.
Yeah.
haven't built the bridge back yet.
I heard, I don't know that this is, stellar advice, but it just struck something within me, that it was Mike Tyson he was on a podcast or something, he was talking about a similar subject about when someone does wrong, and the anger, it doesn't allow you to forgive that person. He said that's still, so if you're the person that felt wrong and you're upset and you harbor something about it, then the person that did you wrong still has control over you. Because they're still making you feel something that you don't want to feel. So for the person who was upset, it's about letting that go and not letting that person affect you like that, control you, is what he even said, that not letting the person be your master. And it might be, if you've forgiven yourself, and if you have tried to make amends, if you have asked for forgiveness, then it really lies with them whether or not they're going to let that go. It's hard. You can only do what you can do, and it's up to the other person to kind of allow that forgiveness to come in and accept it. Yeah. So keep trying it. If it's something that means that much to you, and it's a relationship that means that much to you, which it sounds like it is, then just keep doing everything you can until they come around.
I think the best thing is always to be genuine. If you can be genuine,
Yeah.
and they will have. It puts them in a position they have to listen, right? Or they don't, and that's an easy one.
But if you're genuine and you come from a real place, I more often than not, these people that we're close to you then, we'll be close to you again.
Good luck.
Yeah, nice ticket.
All right, right there, John. Yes.
I want to know, what's a guilty pleasure that you started during COVID, like Vanderpump Rules?
You watch that shit?
Fucking scandal? Are you kidding me?
One that you kept and one that maybe you gave up.
Haven't given it up.
Ooh, no.
Yeah, plethora of bad television. Vanderpump Rules is freaking awesome.
My house got really into like British baking shows.
Yeah.
I have given that up. I was into it for a minute out of sheer boredom. I have now moved on. I don't need to see how the cake or muffin is made. Yeah, that's certainly something that I've moved past. Something that's still sticking around.
Yeah, but does Daniil still love it?
Of course.
Yeah, Hillary and Gus love the baking shows, and it's usually the bad baking shows where like they get like us to make a cake that's supposed to look awesome. But my kids like baking because of those shows. I, however, do not. But I will talk about scandal all the My wife just did a podcast with somebody on that show, Stassi, who used to be on the show a long time ago. And she made the mistake of telling this girl that I was a huge fan. And so now they all have podcasts, I think. Everybody on our shows has an individual podcast. And I keep getting these calls like, somebody's asking me to be on the podcast. We don't know who they are. My agents are like so clueless. I'm like, how do you not know? 2, I can't do it because this is a secret. No one's supposed to know anymore. No, it's between us. Go ahead. Oh, me?
You're up.
I see you pointing to your free yes.
Now at this point in your life, you're both seasoned professional actors and well-known and travel a lot. But think back to the first time you took a road trip, unscripted, without your parents, without the school. Where were you going? What were you doing? What happened?
I don't know if it was the first time, but I do remember a trip that I took with my buddies. This would have been, we were pretty young, and we rented one of those those RVs, those rentable RVs. I don't recommend. And packed like, I don't know, 5 or 6 of us in that thing, and drove from like here all the way to Texas, and then up to Arkansas for a buddy's wedding that was happening, and then all the way back through the desert. There were things that probably happened that should not have, that was certainly illegal. At one point, it was late at night, people would fall asleep, we were like, hey, that looks like a good field, let's go have a firework war. We had saw this stop along the road, there was like a fireworks stand, so we bought way too many fireworks. We pull over to the side of the road, it's night, we send half the guys like 50 yards away, and the other half of the guys are, on this side, and we start just shooting Roman candles at each other, and bottle rockets, like firing them at each other, and then one of these was like where you shoot it, and then it lands, and then it explodes. I mean, it was like real. Yeah, it was like we were just, trying to kill each other for fun. We had a guy Team Wolf the top of it, like driving down the road, and he climbed out he took off the vent thing, he climbed out the hole and was just like, That's not okay.
That guy was Jensen. Whenever we use the term that guy.
Asking for a friend.
I remember my first, I don't know why I remember this so well, but I remember moving to LA and we drove, my friend Billy Burke, who's on that show, Fire and Charlie Swan
Twilight.
Twilight, that's it. So he had a hearse.
What?
No joke. He was in a band called Billy Black and something, but you know, he liked dead stuff. And so he drove, that was his car, was a hearse, and we drove this hearse from Seattle to Los Angeles. And I mean, we didn't have firework wars, but I think there was people like riding on top of the hearse and shit. But I do remember it really well, and I remember it was because Billy and I both are still standing today. And kind of had careers, so yay. That was a good road.
Jared and I used to road trip every year to up to Vancouver
Oh, you were driving
before and after the season. Yeah, so he would hop in his truck and I'd hop in mine, and we would take off, you know, a week before filming started. And we'd drive all the way up, you know, take 5 and take.
You just follow each other?
Yeah,
walkie-talkie.
Yeah, walkie-talkie. Yeah. You know, be cruising along and what a great way to, like, you know, bond.
Hey, let's pull over and have a firework war.
No, it was like, I'd go for a little beef jerky, some sunflower seeds, which are just road trip necessities. And so we did that for, gosh, like several seasons, probably like 5 years in a row. We would drive up, and then at the end of the season, we would drive our trucks back. And then I think by that time, we had just enough coin, we could leave our trucks there. So
there you go.
Home and had a good car. So
that's smart.
Yeah. So
it's okay on the way there. On the way home, though, it's like, oh, this is a long drive. I need to get home.
Well, no, it was just the end of the season, so we were like, woohoo, leaving it at our house. I've been there for 9 months. It's time to get back to life. But those were.
Was that from Texas or when you lived?
No, we were in LA. Yeah,
that's the first couple of years.
Yeah, first few years. Yeah. So, all right, I think that's it, right? We gotta get going. We gotta start our day. We got a lot to do today.
I mean, not that this wasn't starting our day.
Yeah. Thank you guys for being here.